Let's also not forget the basics of TV and radio. TV seems expensive, and maybe it is, but it is still, with radio, the most powerful and wide-reaching medium in South Africa. If you have a radio partner or a radio campaign, it is very likely that you'll be able to reach your audience in a meaningful way. The great thing about radio, and we work a lot with radio partners, is you're able to create very quick turnaround and almost instant engagement with your audience. And now even radio is building digital into their campaigns and into their interactions, where you can send in WhatsApps. You don't necessarily have to call into the radio, but you can engage with them on a digital level. So think about how media partners can add value. So one of the events we work on, as I mentioned, the Savannah Comics Choice Awards, we've partnered with One Magic, which is a DSTV channel, IOL, they're online, across all their online platforms, as well as Kai FM. And through those multiple platforms, we've been able to tell different stories and engage with different audiences. Because the message we send out to the Kai FM audience is a little bit different to the message we send out to the IOL audience. And so it's having the balance. And a lot of these media partners, if you are a festival, if you are organizing an event, if you approach them and you can show them the value you can add to them, a lot of them will partner with you without necessarily wanting a cash investment. But I'm saying that under correction because I don't want anyone here who works for SABC to catch me in the corridors. Also think about your brand platforms. Think about if you are a car brand, if you are working for a car brand, so often they forget to use their own platforms to actually promote their events. And we've had frustrations with one of our clients where they didn't use their own platforms to actually promote their own branded event, which doesn't make sense. But you've already got an audience there, and you need to tap into that audience and actually give them value before you give value to someone new who hasn't engaged with the brand before. And then just to touch on the role of PR, which the previous speaker did also touch on, is how much value does PR add in terms of actually creating an audience? Can PR create a conversation? Can it build a relationship? And I think it was very interesting listening to the previous speaker was that in the past, maybe 10, 20 years ago, PR was not transactional. It was, here is a piece of communication, it gets published, we hope you read it or you see it. What you do with that, we're not entirely sure. Now, with digital and digital PR and social PR, the conversation is, well, you have to be part of the conversation. It's going to be there whether you want to or not. But the great thing about PR now is that you can much more easily tap into themes and conversations. If you spend some time on social media, you follow hashtags, you follow what's trending, you can see what kind of music is out there. You can see what kind of events are doing well, what kind of events are trending on a Saturday. And those all then help you to identify those audiences, to then follow those hashtags, see what people are saying. And from there, you can then start building an understanding around the audience that is relevant to you, whether it's a hip-hop audience, a comedy audience, a music festival audience, or whatever it might be. What we are, though, seeing is that the role of PR is decreasing in terms of budget, where before maybe PR had 20 or 30% of the overall marketing budget. Now it's maybe 10%. So it's really thinking cleverly and innovatively about how you use PR and how you use media to really help tell that story, because you really can create a great conversation.